This historical marker can be identified as a historical significance to the town of Mercedes because it refers to World War I and how this was a campsite in Mercedes for those troops that were stationed here. Historical marker can be identified as a historical perspective. This is a library dedicated to Hector P. Garcia, who is a civil rights leader in Mercedes for the treatment of Mexican Americans. La Villa de Cortés Hotel can be identified as continuity and change. It started out as a hotel in the 1920s, and as the years went by, it changed into just a salon to reserve parties and celebrations, and thus gives a good example of continuity and change. This historical landmark can be identified as having historical significance because the American Rio Grande land and irrigation system was very purposeful in the city of Mercedes, and was the main reason for having it because it provided irrigation for the farming land that consisted of the city. This historical landmarker can be identified as a cause and consequence. The American Rio Grande Land and Irrigation Company made an unauthorized canal that changed the natural divider of Mexico and the US, and it left off an American territory called Rio Rico, and it caused a debate with the people who were left on that side. This historical marker is dedicated to Corporal Harlan Block of the U.S. Marine Corps. It takes on the historical perspective of this Westlakeville resident who was a World War II Marine and was one of the few men who raised the flag in Iwo Jima. This park is dedicated to him. The First Christian Church of Westlakeville can be identified as continuity and change. It first started out as a church to be shared amongst the Christian denominations. Years later, they branched out into their own. Today, it is still being used on its original site, but it has been changed through the service and facilities. That's why it is a good example of continuity and change. The Texan Corporation historical marker can be identified as having historical significance to the Rio Grande Valley, especially in Weslaco, for its production and development of citrus. The City Hall of Weslaco can be identified as continuity and change. When the city first started out, this building served as the City Hall building and a fire department along with a jailhouse, and now it just serves the purpose for fire and EMS department. This historical landmarker can be identified as ethical dimensions for its dedication to the 1st North Dakota Infantry in Mercedes, Texas.